This time I got the cheapest price ever that I flew in my past 20 years. So I'm going to show you the trick how to get the cheap flights from anywhere. I'm packing my bags and I'm going to show you how I booked the ticket right now. So I go to Google Flights here. Then I go to Google Flights and I will show you the best way to get the best prices when we are traveling around the world. And also, this is how I travel and book my tickets. So, my starting destination is Washington, D.C. here, and I will leave this off. I don't want to enter anything here. Then I'll go here and select the dates. For example, let's say I am planning to be in India in January. So, let's say I select January 7th. Then I want to go for a month, let's say until here. Then I click done here. So I selected the starting date and returning date and my source airport. I left here without anything here, then click search on it. Now I'll show you the magic how I find the cheap tickets. So if you see here, all the prices it is showing here is from Washington DC to nowhere. I mean, it shows from Washington DC to all these places, whatever it's showing the price here. So for example, from Washington DC to go to Miami is $127. So in this way, I can find in the whole world where are the cheap places that I can go. If I want to go somewhere here, which costs around $1,600, instead I can go to somewhere else which costs less money. But today I'm interested in to go to India, so I zoom in on India here. So if we see here, it is showing the prices here from Washington DC to these destinations. For example, Jaipur is 3,000, Mumbai is $615, Hyderabad is 619, Bangalore is 626, Kochi 614, and if you want to go to Colombo, Sri Lanka, it is $7,000. So this is how I look. So then I zoom in here. So actually my hometown is in somewhere here called Kadapa. So I have three choices here. I can go either to Hyderabad, or I can go to Bangalore, or I can go to Chennai. My hometown here is in Kadapa, which is like around 5 hours from here, around 8 hours from here, and around 6 hours from here. So my first preference of choice, usually I go to Hyderabad, but the problem is the journey is overnight, like 8 hours to my hometown Kadapa. So I can't come on the same day, so I have to stay here. I have a sister who lives in Hyderabad, so I stay there usually like 2 days or so. Then I will get on the bus on the night and I can go to Kadapa. If I go to Bangalore, I have no one here. So I travel like 20 hours flight. Then I need to travel straight again another 5 to 6 hours to Kadapa from Bangalore by booking a car and paying for the car. So this will become a very hectic travel because I will be spending like 20 hours plus another 5 hours, which will be very, very tiresome. But one of the important thing you need to observe here is here it says 2 stops and here it says 2 stops. This is very, very important. Usually when people go from US to India, the best thing is to have just one connection flight instead of 2, because it will be very, very tiresome to change planes in 2 places. The options here are the Washington DC is here. Then I can travel to somewhere to the middle here, like London, Paris, or Germany here, somewhere in the middle, which is like around 9 hours flight. Then I get on another plane, then I travel to India, which is another 9 hours of plane. So this is best choice is to stop somewhere in the middle here. But there are other airlines which travel from here directly to Dubai, then Dubai to India. But the problem is this leg will be very, very long. It is like 14 hours drive straight from Washington DC into Dubai, which is like very tiresome. So what I'm going to do is, if you see here, if you go here, drop down and you select one stop or fewer, because I do not want more than one stop for my entire journey. So if you zoom in here again back here, now the prices are shown for all the flights with just one stop. So for example, here is Hyderabad is showing very expensive. For the Bangalore it is showing $884, for Chennai it is showing $852. So if you go here and select like non-stop flight only, then you will see there is no flights which go straight non-stop from Washington DC to here. But there is a Air India which goes from Washington DC to Delhi, which is not showing for these dates. So I'll go back here and select one stop off here. Then I'll go here. Then because of this corona situation, I'm not going to any other places and staying, so I'm not going to Hyderabad. So I will select Bangalore here. Then it will show here on the left hand side what are the airplanes and their prices. If you see here, British Airways is 884 with one stop. Total journey is 19 hours 55 minutes. If I go on Emirates, one stop 35 hours, which is like longer. Usually the best travel time, the total duration of the time is less than 24 hours. So either I can choose this or this, but this is like $5,600 United Lufthansa combination. So probably I should choose this. So this is how I look for tickets to find the destinations with the prices. So for this trip, I already booked my ticket, which is going from Washington DC to the Germany here, because the London airport is closed at this point of time. Then from Germany, I have a Lufthansa. So from Washington DC, I have a United Airlines. Then from Germany, I have a Lufthansa Airlines, which is going to Bangalore. Then I already booked my car to go from Bangalore to my hometown, which is Kadapa, somewhere here. So you guys always can see from Google Flights, you can just enter the source point, then leave the destination. In that way, you can plan your vacation to the cheaper places if you have some time where you want to hang out. For example, in the United States, if I want to go for a vacation right now, I'll choose the cheapest point. I don't care where I go. So I choose like Miami, which is only $147 from Washington, D.C. Or maybe here, Seattle, which is $289. So this is the best way to see the prices and to get the cheap flights. And you can also play around with the dates here to see if the prices are changing here. So this time I paid to the ticket for around $800. So the highest price I ever paid in my entire US stay is around $1,600 to go from USA to India. But this is the time, at this pandemic time, looks like not many people flying and the airlines has no business. So I got the best price for this trip, but this trip is going to be very, very risky. In this series, I'm going to show you in this first video how I booked my tickets. In the next video, I'm going to show you what I packed in my bags and what I bought for my family and friends and what they asked. Then I'm going to show you how I traveled from Washington, D.C. airport in USA all the way to Bangalore via Germany. And let's see if I can survive with the mask and the shield and staying in the airplane for almost 20 hours inside the airplane. And I have to wear the mask and shield all the way through. Let's see how it will go through. Then in the fourth video, I'm going to show you what I did in India and what I ate and what I did in my whole trip. Then I'm going to show you my travel back from India and how it is. So I will take you through the journey from booking the tickets to packing to the travel and the staying and all the way back here. So subscribe right now to follow me in this 5 series video.